What's up, YouTube? I am here at Repticon. You can see some awesome animals. Just covered from stinking sinus infection. I don't know what the hell it was, but so let's have a look at some cool animals here at Repticon. I'll show you guys inside.
Not supposed to be.
That sucks. You guys heard this? No ban. Another Tego I'm showing you guys for. Again, I'm going to put the link for US Arc Florida in the description. We've got to fight this ban. The ban is still in effect. People in Florida, your rights are. If you live in Florida, you can't own a Tego. Look how nice this guy is. I'm not gonna curse. It's kind of cool. You guys know how much I love Tegus. I kind of like a bulldog of the lizard world, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of trash pandas too. They eat anything. Canned dog food is your best friend.
Hear that? Banned food. If you guys want a Tegu, gotta have the space, but it's kind of cool.
But he's a really nice orange
This is a Dreamsicle, which is a lavender albino pied. The pied was produced by Pete Call. The lavender was Rolf Davis. And this one's got yellow belly, which is Amir. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sorry if you're watching this, Amir. But it's a beautiful snake nonetheless. I love the lavender mixed together really well with the pied. The pied is my favorite base morph of any ball python. I like the way, I think it's the contrast of black and white that makes it beautiful. Now the pied, it's a double recessive, so it's one out of, if you breed a pied to a lavender, you get all double het lavenders. If you breed the het pied, breed those together, it's one out of every 6 adds to produce this beautiful ball python. This is probably my favorite snake I've seen so far. So here we got a scaleless corn snake. You guys know how much I love the scaleless snakes. They get way too much hate at times. They say it's horrible, it doesn't eat well, it's eating well. He's just keying on me. He's keying on my hand right now. He's keying on my hand. But the truth is, scaleless snakes they do well, just as well as normal snakes. But the truth is, they're no different, other than the fact that they just don't have scales. They're just pretty much naked, like a naked cat. You know, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you have a problem with it, just come to an expo and hold a scaleless snake. It's beautiful. Here we got a Enchi banana clown ball python. Enchis are a co-dominant trait. It was produced in Sweden, believe it or not, by Swedeball. I don't know, the clown was produced by the snake keeper, and then we got banana, which is kind of like, we just thought to be a caramel at the beginning, but it's a beautiful snake on the left. Look at the colors on this monkey. The Enchi gene really mixed together well with clown and feisty monkey. He tell you he's about to strike at the camera. There you go. No, he's not. But it's still a beautiful snake. Another Tegu. This is a hybrid between a red and a white, black and white. A hybrid. Even though I'm not a fan of hybrid, but I still think it's cool. I still love showing off the Tegus because, you know, I really want to advocate what we need to do for US Arc Florida. We need to fight this ban in Florida because they're trying to affect the whole economy there. And I think if Florida gives special conditions permits, I think that's going to help the hot. It's going to, we could actually save businesses, but also the money, the proceeds from the permit system, I think can go towards fighting this invasive species instead of outlawing it. But this is such a cool animal. So we got a smoky jungle here. This is what kind of frog?
A smoky jungle.
Oh, it's a smoky frog. These are from South. It sounds like they're from South America, I guess. But I don't know anything about frogs. This is my first time ever highlighting a frog on the channel. But overall, if you guys are looking for amphibians, make sure you guys reach out to Josh's Frogs in Michigan. They're the best guys for amphibians. But believe it or not. Okay, so here we got a stranger Enchi pastel clown. Pastel gene is co-dominant. The super pastel is a very enhancing gene, and I just showed you guys an Enchi banana clown, because now the Enchi is a co-dominant. Now the stranger is also dominant. There's no super, I don't think there's a super stranger yet, not that I know of. But when it mixed together with a clown, you can see a bit of a pattern here. We've got a few patterns here, but we have a little bit of like almost like a tiger almost. I think the stranger gene mixes so well with clown, and the pastel is a real enhancer gene. You add fire or luster to this, and luster to this, it's gonna be even brighter than it is right now. But I tell you, this is a beautiful ball python nonetheless. I love clowns and I love the stranger. Here we got an albino Enchi that you guys have shown. You've seen a lot of Enchi stuff today. I showed the Enchi clown, the Enchi. This is the albino Enchi. This is the Bob Clark produced the first albino ball pythons way back in the day. Bob Clark is the pioneer of anything albino pythons. I think he produced the first T-negative albino blood. He produced the albino ball, albino berm, and the albino retic. So this is the Enchi, again, was produced in Sweden by Swedeball. But now they mix together really well. I love the pattern on the Enchi. You add super Enchi to this, it's going to pop even more. You might think it's pie, but it's not zero pie whatsoever. But it's beautiful nonetheless. So we got a crystal, which is a special Mojave, leopard, pinstripe. What else? That's it. It's a beautiful snake. Crystal's a lilac. Enchi and Mojave, if you breed them, Enchi, if you breed a crystal to a normal, you get 50% specials, 50% Mojaves. If you breed leopard Enchi to a normal, you get 25% Enchi, 25% leopards, 25% normal, whatever. But it's a beautiful snake nonetheless. It's an absolutely stunning animal. I didn't even notice it. All right, so here we got a banana Orange Dream ball python. Orange Dream is a double co-dominant trait. Orange Dream You got a Super Orange Dream, which was produced by Ozzy Boyd's right here in Maryland. Beautiful bulb. You put on a really enhancing snake, I think. We also got the Banana, which is also codominant, but the Super Banana is not, I don't see much of a difference, but honestly, it's still a beautiful snake. Really mixed together well, another snake. If you add Fire to this gene here, if you add Lesser as well, it's gonna pop even more. I can tell he's about to take a pop at somebody, I can tell. But he's a beautiful snake nonetheless. I love bananas, and I love banana ball pythons, and I love the Orange Dream, but it's a truly magnificent snake. This is the coolest clown so far. This is a Super Enchi Coral Glow Butter Clown. The butter is linked to the blue-eyed leucistic. Coral Glow is kind of on the same bloodline as Banana. And again, this is the Super Enchi, and now we have it in clown. I've shown a lot of Enchi clowns today, so this is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen yet. But I love this. I love the way they mix together well. Look at how beautiful. Look at the colors on this monkey. Truly a magnificent snake. Here we go. Here we've got a Orange Dream Enchi Fire Pied. The Pied gene is another, like I said, I've done a pied before, the albino Enchi Pied. But oftentimes with Enchi's Pied, they're low white. But this time, look at we got a bunch of pattern here. We got the white here. It's kind of like a high white Pied, but this is called Fire Enchi, an Orange Dream, which is a real enhancing snake. If you add something like pastel to this, it's going to pop even more. This is truly the most beautiful pieds of ball pythons I've seen in a long time. I love pied ball pythons. Pete Call, I can't thank you enough for producing that beautiful the pied ball python. I can't hope to get some pied ball pythons very soon. Hopefully we can add something like this. Bad heart. So here we got a pastel, Enchi, yellow belly, lesser, and a possible spot nose, and I think it could be a spot nose because of the head.
That is correct. Yeah, I didn't put it as a spot nose because I'm not 100%, but the stamp is there.
But this is a beautiful snake nonetheless. It's probably a real enhancing gene. Like I said before, lesser and pastel really enhance a ball python. I think this is probably the coolest snake. This is probably the first ball python I've shown you guys that it's not clown or pied that has been at the show, but this is kind of a cool snake nonetheless. I love ball pythons. I can't wait to get some.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, I have never shown a European snake. This is a four-line snake, which is native to Italy. And in those areas, this is the largest snake in Europe. It's only get as big as an indigo snake, but they're still pretty cool snakes. I love rat snakes. You guys know how much originally I wasn't a fan of European snakes, but I've grown accustomed to them, and I think they're really cool. They're really beautiful snakes in their own. Like the European hobby has some really cool stuff. I think I've seen some albinos of these, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I think this would be really cool. It's really cool to see some European snakes here in America. So here we got a T-positive albino blood. It's not that often you get to handle blood pythons. A lot of blood pythons I would consider like the perfect snake to train if you want to handle a puff adder or like a boon viper because they behave similar. They're pretty nippy snakes. But blood pythons, as they get older, a lot of them will tame down. They do get tamed down. This is the bridge. If you guys have kept a ball python for a while, this is the bridge between a ball python and a boa constrictor. And then, of course, you want a boa constrictor, you go onto a berm or a recheck. But I love the T-positive albinos. You get the T-negative, which is the true albino, but this is a T-pyrosis positive. I love blood pythons, and I love seeing how beautiful they are. So if you guys are looking for a snake that if you want to learn how to handle something like a puff adder or a gaboon, a blood python could be the perfect training snake. But this is the perfect way to end my top period Repticon. This is such a beautiful snake.